every day. So
what's your everyday message though to your guys?
Win.
That's it?
Win.
Yeah.
Win. Winning is a non-negotiable, and win everywhere. We'll get better too. That 1%, we got to get better. 1% better, but win. You need to win as a football player, win as a human being, win in the classroom. Mm-hmm. You just should be the best everywhere you go. Like, there's nothing wrong with being the best.
Right.
I think people run away from that, and I'm running to it. Like, man, what's up? Like, yeah. We want all the smoke.
Now, like I said, you guys started out 4-1.
We was rolling, man. We was rolling. Morehead, it was hot.
Yeah, Morehead 37-35.
That's a D1 team. We lost by 2. Man, we should have beat them. I'm still mad about that loss.
Yeah, y'all went crazy, and then you went on that hot streak. You smoked Wesleyan, and then got to Notre Dame, and then it was like, you know what I'm saying, a lot of things came out. But we don't got to touch on the whys, but I do want to touch on just like as a coach, because, it's your first year, and obviously, like, I guess before we even get into that, like, I noticed it, but I want to hear your perspective. What's the difference for young coaches that are trying to come in the game? What is one thing that you did to get to that next level that young coaches need to do? Any coaches that's going to see this, that's going to want to tap in with you? What's one specific thing you did to get to that next level? And then what was the hardest adjustment? Because I know what mine was, but I want to hear from you. So that's a 2-part. One, what was one thing you have to do if you're making that transition from high school to college? And then what was one thing that you learned to be the hardest transition?
To get from high school to college, first of all, just get cool with college coaches, but stop treating these dudes like celebrities.
Who, coaches or players?
Coaches. Like, if you're a high school coach and you try to get in the college world, like, don't treat them like they're regular people. I promise you. Like, just talk. Like, I was that guy who did that. You know what I mean? Not realizing that college coaches, they just want to talk ball. They don't really care where you're from.
Right.
And I remember, shout out to James again. I was on a Zoom call, and during the Zoom thing, it's kind of funny I can say this now. James sent me a message and was like, they had like an open forum to ask questions. So it's like all types of college coaches on there, like Willie Simmons from FAMU, like, I think who else is on there? Like Alonzo Carter. We're talking about guys, like big time guys. He sends me to Chili Davis, like D1 guy, getting to it. And he goes, yo, Warren, ask this question. I'm like, bro, I'm not about to put myself out on the screen. Like, I'm a high school coach in the state of Delaware. He said, bro, I ain't asked you. Go do it. Sent me a message, and I had to hit the hand up and ask the question. That's when I was like, oh, these guys they ain't no different than us. They just want to talk football. So, like, I tell these guys all the time, like, when you meet us, like, show love. Like, we want to hang out. We like to go get wings and grab a drink, just like you.
How much beer have you drank being a coach?
My laugh should tell you that. Next question.
Yeah. You're going to drink a lot of fun.
Yeah. We have a lot of fun, man. Yeah. We have a lot of fun. But because our job is so demanding.
Yeah, definitely is.
I've had 20-hour days.
Definitely. Oh, 100%.
Yeah, 20-hour days.
100%.
And it requires a lot. So you want to have fun. You got to release. You just got to, do it the right way, be around the right people, which, I've been blessed to have that, But
so when you said, before I have you answer the second question, I know you said get cool with college coaches, and I agree. I think, as a young coach, you need to network. My answer would be to, especially now, tape everything. Tape all your drill work. All your indie work.
100. That's a good one.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's a fact. Yeah, please tape all your indie work.
Yeah, for sure.
That's your resume.
Absolutely.
That is your legit resume.
Absolutely.
If you tape your indie work, that is legitimately your resume.
Yeah. Any young coaches, like, for sure. Definitely network. Definitely, like, get out there and go to these forums, go to camps and just talk. Just don't be a fan, be a coach and try to learn, but all your indie work, because coaches, they just, and don't put like, some mid drill work on there. I mean, put stuff that you actually drill. Don't put on there stuff that like you ain't really drilling. You just doing it for the camera. No, put your drill work, because when you get an interview, they're gonna want to know what type of drill work you're doing, and they're gonna want to know the philosophy behind it. So I would say definitely like tape all your drill work so you can send it out, when you're trying to get a job.
You also gotta, to add to that, because your drill work is basically what speaks to your ability to coach.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It tells the
I'm
type of person.
gonna tape my drill all winter and spring. I'm making teach tapes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then the other thing is, you guys gotta realize is college coaches learn from high school guys too. You guys are just like, we learn from NFL guys, like we learn from everybody. We're all in the same community. You know what I mean? So go to coaches clinics. When colleges have these coaches clinics, we had a coaching clinic. High school coaches were the ones who were presenting clinics. I had my notebook.
Yeah.
I'm learning from these guys.
For sure. I mean, it's everybody's recycling stuff now.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah.
So you gotta be a big teacher and be a big student. Cause I'm still a student. I'm still learning. It's things that high school guys do. I'm like, man, shit, I want, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So know that the knowledge that you seek, the knowledge that you have is just as valuable.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we are watching this game. It's halftime. It's tied. It's actually a good game. We've been doing a lot
really
of
good
rapping.
Game.
We're gonna get into some X's and O's stuff
You want
too.
me to answer the second part?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I know I'm warmed up now, so
we rolling.
Yeah, so I know what we do. You know what I mean? So in the podcast game, they call that a segue, my brother. You know what I'm saying?
I'm learning.
You always learning.
See?
You always learning.
Always learning.
No, but yeah, the second question. So like, what was the biggest transition like for you? Like for me, like I'll just kind of paint the picture. It's just like transitioning as a player from high school to college, the speed, the language. Like, what was your biggest transition that you would say, hey, watch out for this? Because I had to go through it. What's that transition, like that hurdle that you had to face? And how'd you overcome that?
Being able to actually talk football.
Big
the
one.
Language.
Major.
Major. Like, that's probably number one, because
you learn hella more coverages, ain't it?
But even small things like knowing what a 40 tech is.
Yeah.
Like, all right, put the linebacker in a 40. I didn't know what the fuck that was.
Yeah. I didn't know what a 4-I was until I became a running backs coach.
Right. Because those terms are so universal.
Yeah.
Like, if you say gun near to a college coach, every college coach knows what gun near means. For y'all who don't know, just I'm going to drop a little jewel. If there's a Y in the core like a tight end, the running back is to the tight end side. That's gun near. Gun far is obviously the opposite.
Didn't even know really what, well, I could say I learned a little bit in college, but like boundary and field corner.
That like those, the terminology, the language of football, I didn't struggle with it, but because I didn't play college ball, I didn't know it. So I literally had, and the good thing is I don't have any shame, so I ask questions.
Yeah, for sure.
But I was in there, I'll be sitting in the D staff room. He'd be like, all right, when they run gun near, I'll be like, hey, what's gun near? And he would just tell me what it is.
And you know what, to touch on that point too, is probably the major gem that me and you and I probably both are missing, is you have to be super humble, because you don't know shit. When you walk into them meeting rooms and it don't matter how much you think you know, you never know as much as you think you know, bro. Ever. Like, you probably walked into the joint and thought you knew all the fronts and linebackers, and then you got in that meeting room. Because I'm gonna tell you how it happened with me. This was my oh shit moment. I was interviewing at IUP. Shout out to Coach Tortella. IUP, Indiana University, Pennsylvania, dominant D2 in the PSAC.
Shout out to Kalen Frazier, my OG Lance Frazier.
He's over there?
His son plays his starting corner.
Sheesh, they tough, bro.
I know.
IUP
Shout out
is
to Kalen, man.
IUP is like that. So look, I get to the interview, bro, and this is coming from Albright, and they like, I'm walking in the joint because I interviewed with Albright, and it wasn't really nothing crazy. And I was interviewing for the receiver job. I knew what the fuck I was doing. Like, I'm a receiver coach. I played the position. Got 3 all conference, people, all freshmen, all American. Man, I walked in that meet. Man, I walked in that meet. Oh yeah, I was. Yeah, listen, y'all young as yo, listen, don't get it twisted.
Shit.
Listen, don't get it twisted, bro. I can get back on that field right now and coach up an all conference receiver.
Oh god, shit.
But look, I get in that joint, bro, and he hit me with a question, my nigga. It fucked me up. He asked me, so what's your? And it was the OC that asked me because all the coaches was around. Everybody got in the room. He said, so what's your philosophy on playing receiver? I said,
I remember you telling me this.
Yeah, I said my philosophy. I gave him like my generic answer, like, oh, I just think you should be, I definitely think you should be prioritize the ball, and I just want to be able to influence you to play at your best level. No, my nigga, what is your philosophy on coaching wideout? How are you going to coach these guys? Because apparently the room was a mess, which it always is. You go to every school, the room is a mess. The last coach wasn't shit, and you got to fix the problem. You're gonna have a dickhead senior that don't want to listen, and you got to coach him up. And they was like, "What is your philosophy on playing receiver?" And I'm like, and they had me get on the board and draw up one of our best concepts. I think I drew up like 4 verses and shit. Might have even explained the shit wrong.
All goes.
It was like, yo, and from that point on, bro, I left that interview like, for one, I was like, "There's no way I'm getting this job." And then I was like, I don't know shit about wideout. So when I got back to the crib, bro,
got to work.
Oh, I got to work.
Got to work.
So like, for you said having to really know the game. Like,
I had to learn how to speak English with a football in my hand.
There you go.
I had to learn a new language. I literally had to learn a new language. And the great thing is I had people around me that were willing to teach, but also, like you said, remain humble. I don't want to use the word humble. I just remain curious.
Okay.
I just wanted to know what shit was. I just wanted to know. I would just remain inquisitive and curious, and I just asked 50 million questions, and I had no shame.
Yeah.
And that was big. I would ask, even if it was something small, I just asked. I just want to know. And that helped a lot because every day just to give my little, I went in there as a defensive assistant, helped the DBs, and then I was helping out. Then I started coaching the outside backers during spring ball. And then I got the inside linebacker job. And it's like, this is my room. But I asked so many questions that when it was time to actually teach me how to coach the inside backers, I knew so much shit. Even though I had a lot of shit that I still had to learn, I knew so much that it was way easier to be taught because now, instead of teaching me a language, we're speaking the same language. So it might be shout out to George Shell, by the way. Now he could teach me more intricate and detailed concepts because I'm able to talk the base language. So you guys out there, man, just keep learning and keep asking questions. I tell guys all the time, man, hit my line and call me. I don't got no problem sharing no information. Now, some shit you ask me for, the answer is hell no. That shit mine.
Yo,
tell me
you ain't sharing no bread. You ain't sharing no fish and water. You ain't sharing no. You gonna share no? Do you share no T-State?
I'll give you a fishing rod. Nah, I'll say this. It's some things I usually tell my guys this. It's 3 things when it comes to information. It's things I'll share with you for your team. It's things I'll share with you for your personal coaching growth. And there's some shit you just can't touch.
Okay.
There's certain things nope, you can't touch that. Don't ask. Because the answer's no. That's for me.
I mean, I respect it. Some stuff
some stuff got to stay. Some stuff in my vault.
Yeah.
But there's a lot. But but usually the stuff that's in my vault is the intricate shit, is the real detailed and exotic shit. But I usually, what I do for my guys is give them like the base shit. So like, I'll give you an example. I've had a lot of friends ask me about cover 7, that man match quarters. I'll show you. I'm showing you the basics. I ain't showing you all the good shit that you can do in 7, but I'll show you the basics.
All right, so where do you play in cover 7 out of though?
Play out anything.
So
3
nickel?
down, nickel. You play out of speed, dime rabbits. Play out anything.
And you got a good front. You got a hell of a front to do that.
Rep the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
Rep the shit out that 7, man.
You got a hell of a front to do that.
You know what I mean? So, so like, I'll share that with my guys.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna get into like, they start asking me, well, how you play bunch out of 7? Hey, bro, chill out. Depending on who you are. It does depend. Like, oh, how you play it out of, how many ways did you, like, I'll teach you the base way how to play 7 when you see trips, but I ain't about to go in that bag and go to option 3, 4, 5, and 6. Hell, you see I skipped 2.
Yeah, because
now you getting into my shit.
You got me thinking now. So you playing cover 7. I mean, yeah, you can use bunch out of that. I mean, it's, to me, if you're gonna play, because first of all, if you play quarters against me, I'm tearing you apart.
That's why you play that 7, dog. Don't ever play. 4 is good. 7.
But you're saying,
good.
But okay, so cover 7, you're saying is basically man under with quarters.
It's man match quarters.
Man match quarters. So you're bracketing. So you're doing it out of 3 by. Are you doing it strictly out of like? Is it a 3-by-1 match, or is it a?
Man, that Y can be in the core, dog. We running that 7. It don't matter what you line up in. We running that 7.
Who the fuck is your nickel? Minka?
Hey, we running that 7.
All right.
See, these are the things I can't share on this. We can talk later.
All right, that's fine.
We can talk later about that.
That's fine.
See how that got? Like, that's personal vault.
Yeah. Because this shit got serious.
Yeah. He's trying to get into my huddle.
Shit got serious.
Yeah, he tried to get in that bag.
You really had me. You really had me.
He asked a question.
I ain't felt like that in a minute.
Yeah, look.
I was about to get the whiteboard. Hold on.
Go get it.
I was about to get the
after
whiteboard.
this.
Ooh, that was cool. Let me drink some
water. Yeah. Look, hydrate.
You almost took me there, bro. Hold on.
Hey, man.
Oh, man.
Run that 7.
All right, so how do you coach? Like, actually, no, not how do you coach. What is your definition of an uncoachable player?
It's a really good question. I think someone who is uncoachable is someone who doesn't. As a coach, you do your best to never take away from someone's game. I've failed at this before, but you do your best to never take away from someone's game, right?
Yeah.
But you want them to play the way that you coach them. If when they don't buy in and they think that their way is 100% better than yours, that's when they're uncoachable. When you can't, like, I'm not a my way or the highway guy. I'm not that with people, but there are, and I call them in my room. You can ask anybody in my room. It's called non-negotiables. In certain things, I don't negotiate with terrorists nor children. Okay, touchdown.
Oh, Chase just caught a
Cripper.
Oh yeah, he's out.
But I don't negotiate with terrorists or kids. So there are certain things in my room that are non-negotiables.
Yeah.
And those non-negotiables are what set the foundation. Then, if you can't break them, there's no. I don't want to hear the excuse.
Right.
Once that is established, then I will work with you. If you can't even do the non-negotiables,
then there's no reason
you're an uncoachable football player. Because the non-negotiables are the EDDs and in the mindset. EDDs is everyday drills, so y'all don't know. It's okay. And the mindset and the foundation of the room.
Right.
You can't like if you broke that. If you can't do the non-negotiables in my room, you're uncoachable.
How do you get a? How do you? Because you know the coaches is going to say like, I believe every player they have an opportunity to be saved if they choose to.
I agree. I 100% agree.
If they choose to, like you said, and I like that non-negotiables. It's got to be a choice. It's got to be a choice between really you and I as a player and a coach to say, listen, and you hit it right on the head. You said I'm not gonna take what's out of and I've made this. I've done this. I've actually had an issue with this too. Is this like I'm not gonna take away from your game. All I'm trying to do is add to it. And I think where we get as coaches, and I'm still saying we, is because I think sometimes we feel like we don't put ourselves in the player's shoes, meaning that they hear a lot of voices.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't know who to listen to. And I'm big on, just understanding what the player's background is, understanding who, your support is like at home. And I'm not going to name a guy, but I had a player who, his pop was just, I mean, patting him on the ass. He wasn't around, but he kind of was. He would give him $100 for every touchdown. And this guy who was a super dope receiver, I mean, he was athletic as fuck, but it was hard for me to kind of gauge that relationship because I felt like he was hearing way too many voices. He was a freshman player of the year, so he was entitled, and that's another thing: entitlement. These players get so much entitlement now. It's like I don't know how these coaches are doing it with this NIL because I'm like these motherfuckers can literally be on your team in 6 weeks and be like I'm out, I'm going, I'm a transfer. So they hearing a lot of voices. So I feel like we like when you say non-negotiables, I feel like the definition of that. If I'm a player that's like that ain't heard Coach Wood's voice, right? I'm taking that as, that's kind of a threat. Just to be real with you, that to me that sounds like kind of a threat. And I'm only saying that because I'm not trying to like, change the philosophy because I agree with the non-negotiables. But like I think it was somebody that said it, and I forgot who they said it, but they said there's well, two things. My coach at Albright said there's messaging and timing. There's the right message, but at the wrong time, and there's the wrong message at the right time. But then they said something else about almost like positive reinforcement in reverse. Like you're saying something positive, but the way it sound like negotiable sound kind of to a player. That's what I'm saying. Because you guys are going to get transfers. You guys are going to get new players. So it's like, what is it that we had? Like, how do you break that barrier?
Because the non-negotiables, all the non-negotiables that I set are built to do one thing, and that's win.
Right.
And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter.
But is your definition of winning great? Is it the same as these players? These players might think winning is great stats.
So what I do is I make the non-negotiables very simple.
Mm-hmm. What you really have to do now.
But like because they're simple, there's no need to break them.
Right. What you said was what? EDDs.
Like my non-negotiables are number one, school.
Okay.
There's no, like to me, and this is my personal opinion, there's no excuse for a student athlete. Like there's no such thing as a dumb college athlete to me. And I'm going to tell you why. I don't care about how bad your grades are. For you to be able to play the game of football and have to think on the fly like that, you can't be stupid. You can't. Even if you're like, you might be a dumb college football player, but you ain't no dummy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
that's what I mean. I worded it wrong. Like, you're not a dummy.
Yeah, I feel
you
that.
just might be a dumb college football player.
Yeah, I feel
but there's no way you can play the game that we play and be legitimately not smart.
No,
it's impossible. So a lot of times I say it's not that you're not smart. You just don't apply yourself. Now, if there's, you got kids who have like legit learning disabilities and then you figure that out, right? But you're still able to play this game. Right. So you're not dumb. You just need to figure out how you can learn it. And I'll help you do that. Mm-hmm. But I'm not accepting stupidity. That's a I just won't accept that at all.
Mm-hmm.
So in the classroom, I need you to put in the same effort that you do on this field. Second thing, that's my non-negotiable. We coach and win every rep. I coach every rep. That's a non-negotiable. Every rep will get coached, even when it's good. Even when it's a perfect rep, I'm still gonna coach it up.
Is there a perfect rep?
No.
Yeah, there we go.
Absolutely. No such thing.
I found that out the hard way too.
There's teach tape reps.
Yeah.
Teach tape reps are good. We got a few of them. But there's no such thing as a true perfect rep.
I gave somebody an A one time on a play, and I got chewed. Coach was like, "Oh, that's a perfect play. That's a perfect." And I was like, "Well, it kind of was." And he was like, "No, we can't do that because then it gives them a level of entitlement." It's like, "You're right, coach."
But I do the and then the other non-negotiable for me is winning.
Absolutely.
We don't speak about losing. I've had this rule, and I've had this rule for myself for a decade. I will never, ever coach a football game I don't expect to win. Yeah. I don't care if I've coached against teams that were bigger, faster, stronger, and just flat out better than us. I've never coached a football game I didn't expect to win. And if you walk in my room, you need to expect to win every game. Right. You don't think it, you don't hope it, it's an expectation. And that's my biggest non-negotiable. You walk in this room and you expect to win every time, every rep, every play, every game. That's an expectation, and that's the only thing I accept. I expect us to be the very best. That's the non-negotiable that I give to all my players. I expect us to be the very best all the time. I want us to be the best position room in the entire country. That's my non-negotiable, and I'm not settling for anything less. And what happens is when you tell kids that you want the very best, at some point, some kids like, well, shit, he not playing. Because I'm working, and I tell them that non-negotiable, that standard is going to be set because I'm going to be the one that sets the tone. I'm going to work hard. Mm-hmm. You better not make me look like I'm the hardest worker in this room.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
Because if you don't, I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna talk about you. and those are my non-negotiables. And then, all right, our job is, good hit. Our job is to, show up and just get better each and every day.
Absolutely. No, I mean, shit. I mean, you definitely defined it clear, and I think that's just what kids need now is, they just need that discipline and they need those non-negotiable conversations. But it's easy. It's easy to follow. It's not anything that's outrageous. And I always say this to that on tour, and this is kind of me undergrad talk too, with Fred. It's I will never tell you to do anything that I didn't have to do myself. You feel me?
I'm not.
I mean, I'll never tell you to do anything. I have to go to class. I have to be in meetings. I have to be the best coach I can be every day, even when I'm tired. Even though you niggas get up at 7:30 and start your day at 8 if you got 8 a.m. lift, my day starts at 5. So
I'm there, bro.
I got to bring the juice. You feel me?
I'm there.
I got to bring the juice. So where are you recruiting at now?
First of all, back at the crib. Shout out to Delaware.
Absolutely.
Philly and Jersey.
What part of Philly? Like city or
Philly and the city and the suburbs.
Are you going to the preps in Philly? Because we kind of left those alone.
I'm gonna go hit Lackawanna. What's up?
Yeah. Shout out to Lackawanna.
Sure. But I'm gonna go hit Jersey, all of Jersey. Got a couple portal guys to go see out there.
They gave you a rental? I know. Okay. Well, they expensing anything? Okay. All right. So yeah.
Hey, I'm living good.
Okay. Shout out to that then. You know what I mean? They expensed us, so I'm damn. All right. Well.
Hey, look. I'm good.
Okay. I feel that.
Just bring the receipts.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely. Definitely. Keep all receipts, anything but alcohol. Because I had to make that mistake too. So all right, I'm gonna hit you with some shit, bro. I need to, we watching this game right now. It's 21-14. I want to get into some ball. Bengals is actually winning right now. So these are just some hard-hitting questions I had wrote down. And you a defensive guy, so I wanted to kind of get your perspective on it. So we're just gonna run through them. So first one is Zone defensive man.
Man match.
Okay. Elite linebacker or shutdown corner.
Ooh. Elite linebacker.
Okay. All right.
Because he runs the entire show. If the linebacker's elite, the rest of the defense will follow.
Say less. Receive the ball, defer the second half.
See you in the second half.
Jeez. All right.
Then I have my reason is this. I want the defense to go out and set the tone.
You want the 3 and out.
I want the 3 and out and the ass whooping. Be like, hey, you in for one. It's not that I don't want to get up and score on you quick. I just want to let you know that you in for one.
Elite pass rusher or ball hawk safety?
Elite pass rusher.
Yeah, I figured you was going to say that. Cover 2 or cover 3?
Cover 7.
Yo, you all right. Like,
honestly,
can you just explain cover 7? Like,
it's keep it real quick. It's quarters, but it's man match.
So what is quarters?
Cover 4.
Duh, I know that. But what is quarters to them? We on the whiteboard now.
3 is 3 under 4 deep. The 4 deep guys got a quarter of the field. You got a whole player and 2 curl flat players who will be late to the flat, right?
Let me tell y'all something. You see quarters and you're an offensive coordinator.
Throw the hitch.
Throw the 9. We're throwing all.
Are you throwing a 9?
We throwing verts.
You going to turn the quarters in the man.
Safeties, bring y'all asses down here if you want.
He said, "Hey, you run quarters. He going all go special."
No, I'm going verts.
All four verts.
I can have my
2x2 or trips.
I can either one. I can have my reads. I mean, I would prefer a 3x1.
Oh yeah,
because I want that middle of the field.
You get that little
I want that middle of the field.
Oh yeah. So 7. Just to break it down, 7 is cover 4, but it's man principles.
Okay.
So it looks like quarters and it plays out like quarters, but it's man. So you get brackets and things of that nature.
A lot of defenses going bracket now. I feel like a lot of teams are bracketing because you're getting more 10 personnel now, so teams are playing with that extra nickel.
Even at 11 personnel is really what's killing it. It's not the 10.
What's the hardest offense to play against? I guess let me ask it. Hold on. Let me answer this way. Backtrack. What's the tougher of the two? A 10 personnel with an explosive elite tight end, or 10 personnel with 4 wide receivers?
10 personnel with the tight end.
Why?
Because they can just motion him back into the core and get busy in that run game.
Hey, I was waiting on you to say that.
Notre Dame did that shit. They had a tight end. He was 6'3", 230. They lined this motherfucker up in the slide and shit. And they would motion his big ass in. They get to running counter and power and shit and zone insert. Whooping our ass, boy. Look. How we would say, if you run 11 personnel, but 11 is you got 4 open, which is like the tight ends removed from the line of scrimmage. Mm-hmm. That's the scariest thing. Ooh, shit, good catch.
Wow.
Oh,
Jacksonville just tied the game.
When you get that motherfucking 11 personnel,
it's a good ass game. It's 21-21.
I don't even know who this is.
They saying, "Hey, Coach Wood, you back in town?" Jeez, don't let me get you in trouble.
No, you ain't get me in trouble, bro. This business. You can get me in trouble. Man, that tight end get flexed out as a receiver, bro, and they want to motion him back in. Hey, bro, that's not good. Because then you don't know what you want to do. Like, do you want to stay in nickel? Or do you want to go like dime rabbits? Like, what do you do with your front? Like, what do you do with your linebackers? Do you have your bigger linebackers in? And now you're forced to play a bigger linebacker in the apex if you want to keep too high, or do you play cover 6 and rock the free safety down weak so you can defend the run? And like that, man, you go 11 personnel, but you got the tight end flexed out as a slot. Mm-hmm. Man, that's bad news.
Okay. That's a fact.
That's bad news. Bears like a motherfucker.
So Cam Newton did this on his podcast. He did it with Brandon Marshall. I'm gonna do it with you.
All right.
I'm gonna give a formation,
Uh,
and you give me your counter to that.
okay.
All right, and I'll actually we'll just do it like, all right, we're in a game. We'll do it. I'm down. I'll do down and distance. So I'll call down and distance. I'll call the personnel. You can call your counter. I'll
Yo,
call
anybody from the MEC watching this, I'm gonna see you next year.
for sure. I'll call down and distance. I'll call formation or personnel. You can give me your counter. I'm gonna call formation. You give me your counter. I'll call the play, and you can give me your counter.
Copy. I like this.
All right. So we're in the fringe. We're in the fringe. It's 2nd and 7. I'm going 11 personnel. So we're in the fringe. So fringe is 35 and in. So we're 35 and in.
What's second and what? You said second down?
Yeah, it's in the fringe. I'm gonna call you back, bro. I'm gonna call you back.
Okay.
All right.
You said second and what?
It's we're in the fringe, 35 and in. It's 2nd and 7. It's 2nd and 7. Balls on the right hash.
Mm-hmm.
2nd and 7. Balls on the right hash. We're at the 35 in the fringe going in.
What's the formation?
I ain't give you that yet. I just gave you the personnel.
I know. I'm already thinking. I'm probably gonna stay in the nickel.
Okay.
I'm probably staying in the nickel. Maybe speed personnel depending on the formation, but I'm gonna stay nickel for now. You give me a formation, I'll give you the whole answer.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna go 3 by 1 to the field. I'm gonna go.
Where's the back?
Which we would call. So I'm gonna say ours would be Leo left, Y. Leo left. I guess Leo left dagger. Y's in the slot.
You run a dagger concept?
No, dagger's the formation. Dagger,
Okay.
we're putting wide. We're putting our tight end at number 2, and the back's to the right. Obviously, the back's got to be on the side of the boundary receiver.
No, you don't.
I am.
You run that 4 strong, man. Shit.
I am.
Oh, you put him in the boundary?
Yeah, this is my offense.
Okay.
So this is dagger. It's 3 by 1 tight ends in the slot.
Trips gun weak. You got the tight end at number 2.
Mm-hmm.
I might go cover 6 and rip Lizard.
So you're going 2 to the. You're definitely going cover 2 to the boundary.
No. That's you thinking about the 6. 3. This what I call 6 is 3 weak.
So you're rolling the safety down to the boundary. Love it. Okay.
But I'm going to rip. I might rip Lizard.
So all right.
So if I rip Lizard, you know what I mean? Hold on, I gotta think about this.
Yeah, think, because I'm got.
Nah. Because I'm a rip Liz that joint, and the reason why I'm a rip Liz is even though I'm bringing that safety down, I'm putting the star over number 2, and I'm a rip Lizard. So what'll happen is if 3 isn't fast, if it's not a fast 3,
okay,
2 the star have 2 man to man.
Okay,
well, so this is what Georgia does. They rip Liz.
All right, cool.
So I'll probably run yeah, I'm gonna run cover 6 and we're gonna rip Lizard. We're gonna run the fuck did they call it? They called it. Damn, I don't even know if I want to tell y'all this. They call it skinny.
Skinny.
Yeah, they're skinny.
So then I'm running in that situation. So you're rolling the safety weak.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I'm gonna go what we called Python. I'm gonna go Python smash, which Python is snag to the field with a inside. We're running an inside release curl, or not inside release curl, inside release corner with the boundary receiver and an angle by the back. So what I mean is I'm running snag to the field. So I'm running I got a minus split by number 4 because I got a minus split by number 1, working outside in, snag, get me right on the hash, corner by the tight end number 2, so we can go ahead and take care of that field safety. Have him get it. I tell my quarterback, keep your eyes right down the middle of the field, look down the barrel of the goalpost, I got a flat by number 3, so that way we're getting that we're getting a lot of traffic between that snag coming with the flat by number 3. 3rd and 7. So all I need is 5 because I'm always in 4 down territory. So you give me 5, I'm going for it on 4th down.
Would it be open?
Open what?
Is the snag route?
Well,
the flat route.
The snag is to keep that overhang from playing.
Yeah,
flat.
but you gotta remember, I Rip listed, so he's running in number 3's running into the flat. So if we call Rip Liz and he gets a fast 3, now instead of going with number 2 up the seam,
right,
now he becomes a curl flat player.
Okay.
So that number 3 is getting taken away. That corner route, the corner route by 2 to 7 route, you run the snag 7 concept out there, right?
Yeah, snag with
you're running the snag 7. So like it's snag 7 flat. Like the corner, the 7 route by the tight end, that's getting eaten up by the corner. The only thing that's really going to be open is the snag route because I'm not worried about the backside because the safety that's coming down will take care of the angle route.
So I got my running back.
Yeah, with safety, will take care of that. The safety that's coming down the backs, he'll take care of that. He eats that alive.
Okay,
but and then we'll get. And then you said, what's the backside receiver running?
He's running that inside release corner.
Yeah, we'll take care of that. He'll get bracketed. He'll get bracketed by the corner because the corner's still playing the 3rd and the safety's got the middle 3rd.
Yeah,
we'll bracket
but how
that.
do you know the corner's not? Because see, what I'm doing
is I'm
telling my running back to push outside. I want to keep that corner's eyes thinking he's.
You got to remember that safety that's coming down is a flat player.
True. So that means I'm gonna get him in the corner. I bet you they stare at that flat. Mm-mm. I bet you they stare. If he
getting benched and put in the fucking portal. You gotta go. What you mean, bro? Let's cover 6. Get your ass to that midpoint in that 3rd. Take care of that deep shit. The down safety will take care of that. What's gonna be open on that is a snag route, but that's a tight window. That's a real, because you got to also remember that overhang, like the linebacker, right? So the Will, right? Mm-hmm. He's walked out over 3. He's the strong flat player because we ran Rip Liz, right? But because you're 3 and you're a fast 3, that star, the safety, is now going to go back to the flat, and he's going to play the hook curl. So you got a tight window to throw that snag route into. But if we play it right, we can play top down and tackle you at 3 to 4 yards. What we didn't
get into
what
is what's your front? Are you running a
4 down?
Okay, so you're running a 4 down. So you got your
your 3 tech is to the field.
So you got your will. Your will is are you in any sort of
the will's an apex.
Okay. So your will primary is 3 to what? What's his technique on that? When you got 3 by 1 to the field,
he's gonna play that. He's gonna play that hook. So he's gonna stop the seam.
So the snag is gonna keep
will be ran
occupied.
under. So like what happens? So if you run that right, I'm gonna go left to right. All right. So
I wish I could draw it up.
We'll draw it up when we're done. Because we're Rip Lizzing it, instead of running skate, we're gonna run skinny. But because it's a fast 3, that takes away the Rip Liz. So now it becomes an area. So now the corner will take care of the curl flat. The flat's eaten up. Now because of that corner to the field is a midpoint corner. That snag route, he's going to run right into it. That's done, right? Now
You mean the corner is going to be taken away?
The corner is going to take away the 7 route.
7 route.
Yeah,
right.
That's eaten up. That's done.
Yeah.
That's
setting up my stick knob, but we can talk later.
Oh, you gonna run stick knob?
I love stick knob.
I love it.
I love stick
knob. Then if you run the angle route by
the running back.
By the running back.
I probably shouldn't run an angle route though. Now I'm thinking about it. Because he's getting himself covered up.
Because he's gonna like that safety's a 4 first crosser.
Flat.
So what happens is because that safety it doesn't matter because the safety, if it's 3 by 1, he's 4 first crosser. That running back is 4. That's his man.
Yeah, but you're not in true man, though.
Yeah, but like he's your responsibility. Okay. You're already a flat player anyway, but you're a 4 first crosser guy because we're moving. Because what happens is you got to remember in trips, you always need a poach player. Your post player becomes your middle linebacker. He becomes 3 up as 3. So let's say number 3, let's say you ran all go special, right? Yeah. You ran 4 verts. That over route gets covered by the middle linebacker. He runs underneath it. So now you got to drop it in a bucket.
Yeah, that's a hell of a throw.
That's a hell of a throw. You got to have a dude to make that.
Yeah, that's a hell of a throw. And that's why I said 2nd and 7, because I'm not telling him to make
that throw. So like what I would do is I would play skinny. We'll rip Liz it because you're running into the flat. The rip Liz is off. The flat route and the corner route, like in the 7 route, that's done. The backside, inside corner route, that's bracketed down.
Well, the flat route isn't completely done because I'm talking.
Yeah, he's got to make a play though.
I'm talking about number 3. Like if I'm seeing it the way you're saying it,
but you got to remember that star. He sees it because he's over number 2, and it's a quick. Like once he sees him go into we call it a fast 3.
Yeah, but then you got the collision with the snag coming.
Fuck that snag.
The snag is at 7. I'm telling him to run the flat at least 3.5 so we can create some of that traffic.
Run right through
snag is going. Yeah, but then now we're throwing the flag. I got a first down.
Oh, nah, because it's a midpoint corner. The route that's going to be open is the snag route. And that concept right there, that snag route is the one that comes open.
Yeah, it will come open, but I'm saying.
But that's the one you got to throw, because if you throw that flat route, that might be to the crib. That flat route might be to the house, the other one.
Well, if you look at it, okay, so all right, it depends. I see what you're saying, but the leverage of the corner to the field to the 3-by-1 side. If he's playing if he's low, and let's say he's playing as a true, like if you're spinning the safeties, if he's playing a true cover 3 corner technique at the snap, and he sees that tight end running vertical.
Yeah,
he's got eyes on that tight end because he wants to take away that snap. He wants to take away that corner. He's going to play because I'm telling my quarterback, listen, if we run this play and that corner is hanging low to try to jump that flat, to jump that flat route by number 3, throw the corner. Just you got it's a level 2 throw. Get it over the corner's head and drop it right in the bucket.
And throw it outside the number.
Because he's going to see that flat in that corner. If he doesn't want to cheat over top of that, because a lot of corners do, they'll cheat over top of the snag or the corner to try to get over top and get the pick.
Man, you better
because he's going to see that, and if that quarterback has a chance, throw that bitch. And I ain't going to lie, even like my backside, I see what you're saying, but that inverted corner, because he got a 2-way go. The safety's got to make a decision. The safety, the post safety has to make a decision.
The post safety's good. He gets a low key double team that backside corner out because he's got a midpoint corner over there. They're not playing.
So he's not. So
that I'm not even worried about.
Now see what the fuck you up is if I gave the backside 4 an option, and I said if you stem inside and get vertical. And there ain't nobody in the middle of the field, nigga. Get your eyes.
That safety always be in the middle of the field. That's why I'm not worried about the backside. The snag route is the route that if he puts his foot in the ground and just throws the bitch, he could get that. But like the wheels got to push to that because it's area, so he's got to get underneath for that. That's the only route that scares me. Now, if they have miscommunication, that 7 route could be open all day.
I love snap.
But like I would rip Liz that because if I just areaed it and just played area, we're gonna get eaten alive. You're gonna throw the flat all day, and then eventually the nickel is gonna go push to the flat, and he's gonna backdoor him and throw the fucking snag route. But I would rip Liz it to take away the 7 route.
Yeah. I love snag, man, but I appreciate that. That's some good ball right there.
Learn from the best.
You know what I'm saying? That's some good ball right there, man. But before we get up out of here, because we watching this game, it's 21-28 now. It's a good ass game.
Yes, it is.
Bring it back home. Everything you done been through, man. Like obviously, I'm super proud of you and everything you're doing.
Man, thank you
for sure. Just the way you one representing Delaware, but 2. It's crazy you ended up at the alma mater, man, and just doing your thing and
go State.
Yeah, shout out to State, man. Go State. What's the goals for 2024, man? Kobe year, looking ahead. What's the goals for 2024? What do we got to accomplish in the new year?
Like for me as an individual,
personal, professionally, all that.
I think for me, I think one of the biggest goals is to get back into school. So I
Okay.
get my bachelor's and I can work my way up the ladder, eventually at some point so I can be a GA, get my master's. Um, Another thing is to really establish myself as a college football coach across the board. Not just as state, but just as a whole.
Right.
That's big for me. Um, just getting better at my craft. And I think the one thing I really want to get better at, um, which sounds so weird knowing it's me, is really just becoming a better friend and a family man. I've kind of shit the bed a little bit with a couple friends with this new profession too. Y'all who are watching, I'm so sorry. Um, Key to happiness is 100% accountability. Antonio Robinson, love you, man. Love that guy. Best piece of advice I ever got. But I want to get better at that. I got a goddaughter. Um, she's one. I got, nieces, I got cousins who got one kid, two kids, and I want to be a little, I got a cousin who just had a son, and I want to be more involved and just there because that shit's way more important than the football shit. And I just want to be a better friend to all of my friends because all of them are the reason why I got here. All of them, each and every one. I got some stories about people really giving me their last and giving me everything they got just so I could get here. So I want to be able to pay it forward with those people. Friends, family, brothers, sisters, just everybody. Those are my real goals. And I think if I accomplish those goals, everything else as in terms of like financial and professional and everything else will take care of itself.
That's love, bro. And you know what I mean. I'm definitely gonna be. You got a fan. You already had a fan, but I mean, you just. It's written, bro. It's
Man,
already
appreciate it,
written,
man.
bro. This was live, first live episode, man. I ain't gonna lie, this joint was dope. You know, it was better. It was even better than what I expected. I expected nothing but great, but it was dope, bro. I
We
appreciate the
even
time.
talk ball. So
Yeah,
anybody who wants to learn some football, go ahead and line up in trips if you want. I'm calling skinny and shit gonna get real. We rip Lizzing the fuck out of you.
yeah. Don't forget the backside number 4,
Don't
man.
worry about him. 4 first call, so y'all know what the
Hey,
fuck it
look,
is.
hey, yo, look, man. We about to get out of here. OTM the pod, man. You already know what it is. My brother, Coach Wood, man. Appreciate you,
Man,
kid.
appreciate you, man.
That was lit, bro.
Man, go state.
That was lit, bro. Straight up.